looking at it.
Okay.
So obviously all the information is that I need to look at is the right way up. The problem is I get lost in pages and now I have no idea where I've left the notes and which way I'm meant to be looking.
Well, look, I'm glad you've got a system. I'm less impressed that it sounds like the system is letting you down.
It's the system's fault.
That's right.
I'm just going to go through a bit individually, page by page, and then look upside down and the right way on the writing.
And then you'll have to skip every second page and then work out like some kind of other system where you turn it sideways.
I got it. I saw Waterdeep. I'm there.
Oh, yeah, man. Well done.
So yeah, if you remember last time on this, you had made your way into the sewers underneath a town to rescue Floon Blagmar, Mara's friend. And with the help of Raynar Neverember, we're able to kind of liberate and with the help of some well-placed polymorphing and teleporting spells, you were able to free them, get them out all to safety, including yourselves. At some stage, you obviously considered walking through the streets of Waterdeep, that you needed to kind of let Mara know the good news. And so you make your way back to the Yawning Portal, which, if you remember, is where we ran into 20-something-year-old Mara initially.
That's right. Cool. Back at the Yawning Portal.
Bless you, Emmy. Yeah. So you come in here, and if you remember, the Yawning Portal is a massive kind of venue. I'll see if I can pull up a cool picture of it in a handout here. Yawning Portal. An artist rendition of the Yawning Portal.
Very cool. That is absolutely a Where's Wally, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's certainly some like deep cut kind of references and things like that in there for those who are right in the biz. But this gives you a bit of an idea of this sort of multi-layered 3-story tavern, and every floor kind of looks over this big pit in the center. If you remember the first time you came here, a troll came out of the dungeon and attacked the patrons. You're also, I believe, a witness to a bit of a brawl, a bit of a misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm. We were.
The half-orc lady sort of getting in a fight with some goons. So you spend some time in here. Barnaby, you remember old mate 3 Strings. He's still here. He's playing. He's keeping the place warm. There's a couple of other interesting kind of faces around. And it takes a while. You're sort of there most of the afternoon, evening, before you spot Mara enter. And she comes up and sort of pulls up a table with you, and sort of flags down the one of the waiters and orders some drinks, and says I'm gonna kill Channy. If it's that Channy, Yeah, god damn it. Sorry, I gotta mute Channy sending me like 1,000 messages because he sends it one word at a time. uh, she says, "Oh, you're back. I just saw Floon and Raina. How'd it go? I guess it went well. You guys got it done, and nothing blew up. That's amazing."
We're pretty proud of ourselves, that fact alone.
Yeah, we busted our way in. We spoke a bit. We kind of we found him, and then, I mean, admittedly, I got us out, but Barnaby just basically destroyed everyone. We didn't really need to escape. We could have just smooshed our way out.
Yeah, but it's nice to have an escape plan, and I think Heimdal, he's the brains of this operation, really. But basically, what we're trying to say here, Mara, is we make a great team, and you're lucky to have us.
I am incredibly lucky to have you, and I mean, it just reminds me again how you abandoned me for years while you were inside that pyramid. We really could have used your help in those dark times.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It would have been great if you came in and helped your loved one get out.
I was
Just
8.
saying. Yeah. And what did you do?
We did. We were 8, Mara. We were being raised by wolves. Okay?
She says, "Well, I've got excellent news. I got us a pub."
It's a pub.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to tell us a little bit more here, Mara.
It's probably better if I show you. And she pulls out a deed, and on it says, the Trollskull Manor. The bearer of this deed is the owner of Trollskull Manor. There's also some sales papers she has with it that indicate the transfer of this deed from Volothamp Gedarm to executor of the Fancy Lads estate, Mara of Winterhaven. And she said, "So I've got us a base of operations. We can get to work here."
Wait, what are we doing?
What are we working on? I thought the idea was to find flag. We got flag.
Yeah. Yeah, you did your bit.
Floon.
You found Floon.
Yep.
And look, thank you for that, honestly. He's a sweet boy, but he's dumb as a bag of rocks, but very handsome, incredibly. I don't know how he survives, but this, and she kind of lowers her voice a little bit. But you'd come here to kind of help me secure stuff, right? Like that's what you do. You turn up. That's why I sent you here, I assume.
No, man, we're lost in time, Mara. You know this. You found us. You rescued us. What the hell was that for? Was that for this mission? It can't be. No. Where's Sedaude? Where's Keg? Where's Bird Person? Fancy Lads.
Look, obviously, I didn't think that they were very important because I got you and brought you here, right?
Okay, Sedaude is your father, Mara, and you'll be wise to
he's
treat him
incredibly
with more
senile.
respect.
I assume he's ancient by now.
That's true, but he was ancient when you knew him.
Yeah. See, I need. Clearly, I needed young blood, handsome blood.
Well, yes, of course.
I needed someone with finesse and skill. Could you imagine letting Gronk run free in this city?
Yes.
And Keg, in a city like this that actually has a police force,
It wouldn't end as well as we'd hope.
yeah. You know, like, you're not even really meant to carry weapons openly unless you're part of the nobility. To be fair, he carries around a tankard. But, and he wouldn't be the weirdest thing seen on the streets, but he's usually not the most deft of touch, subtle kind of creature.
So, what about preventing this apocalyptic event from occurring, where it's an army of kegs led by that ugly bastard Tarnaby?
She says, well, I don't know, I haven't seen that. Well, I guess I haven't seen that yet. But the reason I came to this city is there's an item that I need that is held, or was held by Raynar's father, the former Open Lord of Waterdeep.
Is that the stone, the smooth stone?
No.
Stone of Galore?
Stone of
So
Galore, that's it. Yeah.
so that is key to find where the vault is. So the stone will lead us to the vault. The vault has what I need to be able to essentially begin my real journey as a chronomancer.
What is
What
it?
the hell do you need us for? What are we here for, Mara?
Because clearly I didn't think I could do it alone.
So you're using us?
And she says, "Fancy lads."
No, Mara. No. Very far from fancy lads. What I thought that we had a relationship and understanding, and here you're just trying to treat us like we're your slaves.
I
I
don't
turn
think
to
so.
Heimdal and say, Heimdal, am I overreacting to this? I mean, I feel like I'm really taking this personally, but what's going on here, man? Is this okay? Is
Right
this an okay
now,
situation?
yeah, okay. Well, okay, so right now I am literally searching my memories for a north, south, east, and west tarot card reading where I'm pretty sure one of them was someone appears to be your friend and is not. But I can't quite
I got that. So to the west,
remember that?
what we seek is a figure. To the north is a holy symbol. To the east is a
Yeah.
weapon. To the south is an ally, a guiding ally. Someone wanders alone, searching for her mentor. Seek her out at the yawning portal.
What?
What?
Is that not okay?
We thought that was Mara, but now I mean, all right, Mara. Okay, hold on. What are you looking for?
That's what I want to know.
So I need a magic staff to be able to essentially send you home.
Bullshit. Can I roll for tell her she's I feel like she is lying because she sent us here without the magic staff. I'm messaging this.
She used the
I'm-
TARDIS to send us there.
Yeah. So by the way, I'm communicating by message. So I'm not talking.
Oh,
We
okay.
myself and Barnaby can talk telepathically.
Okay.
Can we?
We can.
Oh, yeah, we can. Of course we can. Obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if she got us here, then why does she need this staff to get us home? If she can travel through time and space, she obviously needs it for herself.
So as a meta level of Dan piping in because time travel is confusing, and even I'm confused by the entire adventure that I've created. By the way, I've unleashed a terrible thing. You were sent here by Amara in her like 30s, late 30s.
Mm-hmm.
You were dropped off here, and this Mara in front of you is Amara in her early 20s.
And we were to help. Old Mara sent us to help young Mara.
Correct.
Hold on. Okay. All right. That's right. We were. Yes.
Yeah.
We were sent here to help young Mara. Okay. So we should then continue to help young Mara.
I suppose so. Yeah. That's okay.
If you remember, there were some discussions on, some things in the time stream that had to be corrected, some paradoxes that needed to be ironed out. One in particular to do with the Rod of Ruin.
Yep. We've got to get that. Got to send that to me.
And potentially others.
Okay. I feel like I'm at the beck and call of fate.
Yeah, me too. All right, Mara. What do you need from us?
She says, "Look, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it here. We've got another franchise. We got another franchise location. You essentially, I mean, it's kind of upsetting because if the fancy lads aren't dead, that kind of means I might have to give you some of your stuff back, like the castle on the hill."
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna need that back.
But on the bright side, now we have another venue as well. Trollskull Manor. Doesn't that sound cool?
Yeah, yes it does. Trollskull Manor. It's pretty metal. Does it have a is it shaped like a troll skull? Is it littered with troll skulls? Like what's the deal here? How does it get its name?
Well, it's in Trollskull Alley.
Right.
And
okay.
I don't know what it's littered with. As far as I know, it's abandoned now. But I mean, it's ours. We can do with it what we want, and I think it'd be a perfect spot to kind of lay low, plan out this heist we're gonna do.
Oh, I do like a heist, Mara.
And
Sorry, maybe I should have led with
really
that.
do with a long rest.
Oh yes, of course. Forgot about that. Yeah. No, definitely. To Trollskull Manor, where surely no danger awaits us.
Absolutely. So, Mara leads you to Trollskull Alley. And sort of in the alleyway between these two main roads is this sort of large manor house. And let me pull up the old descriptors. Let me paint some word pictures, shall we? So as you arrive, you see what looks to be a large kind of manor house that is run down. It's got a couple of balconies, and even like a spire off to the side. And
we're gonna need a cleaning montage, Dan.
Yeah, for sure. I assume, I don't know if Heimdal has unseen servant, but Randy might need to put his gloves on for this kind of place. His best made outfit.
I was just planning on lighting a fire if there is one. I feel like there's chimneys, so I can just like bonfire it up.
Yeah. As you're hanging around out front, Barnaby, Heimdal, Han, and Mara's there with you. A young boy kind of runs up to you, you as in the group of you, and This young boy sort of like he's got little shorts, little suspenders over his shirt, and he's got kind of this almost like a Stetson hat kind of thing going on. This kind of little Stetson, and it's got like a little feather coming out of it, a little red feather, and he's holding sort of he's got like a little messenger bag satchel, and he says to he sort of stops in front of Han, and says, "Excuse me, sir. Are you would I be speaking with Han Cassalanter?" And Han turns around and says, "Yes." He says, "Oh, this letter is for you, sir," and sort of hands Han this sort of envelope. And when Han looks at on the front, it says Han Cassalanter and Luda Cassalanter.
Luda.
Han opens it, seems to read it, looks shocked for a moment, looks up at each of you, and then the paper bursts into flames, and then a sort of a flame, the flames around the letter grow wide into a portal, and he is sucked through, and then it closes behind him.
Damn. That's disappointing.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at my spells.
Can I do
The little boy-
an Arcana check?
Yeah, absolutely.
Should probably be letting you do this, Heimdal, but yeah.
I can watch in amusement.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Barnaby like sticks his finger, puts his finger up to the air. Smells like magic. Yeah, you definitely think with that, you definitely think this is some kind of almost like a reverse banishment spell. So like almost like a kind of summoning, perhaps.
Okay.
While you're kind of watching this thing play out, the little boy kind of walks away.
No. We don't let him walk.
Starts
away.
leafing through his, the other things he has in his satchel.
What? Wait, no, we don't let him leave. We go,
Okay.
"Hey, little boy."
He says, "Yes, sir."
Where did our friend go?
Oh, yes. Well, that has nothing to do with me, sir. I'm afraid. That's
Okay. I'm going to do an Arcana check on him.
Yeah.
Equipment? No. Spells? Saves and ability. Okay. It doesn't have Arcana.
Should be in
here
your
we go,
attributes tab. Yeah.
Normal roll.
I mean, there's certainly something magical about this kid, or like there's magic sort of around him, but you're not quite sure what it is with that one.
It was a 12, I think.
Yeah. This seems. There seems to be sort of a hellish or an abyssal kind of air about the taste of the magic around this child.
Right. Okay.
And he sort of looks in his little satchel and he says, "I'm sorry, sir. I don't have any letters for you, I'm afraid."
Who sent the letter to Han?
I don't think that's really for me to say, sir. We respect our clients' privacy very highly, and who your friend wishes to communicate with is nothing to do with us or our services. We provide a bespoke touch, a discreet service, and so perhaps you could ask him if he would like to divulge it. Well, assuming he does return. Oh well. And he sort of goes to turn to leave again.
Oh. I mean, I've got nothing for the kid, but I do have something called Locate Object as a spell. Describe or name an object that is familiar to you. Is Han classed as an object?
No, but you could probably argue
I like that.
his clothes, like an item of his clothing.
Yep.
Assuming he wasn't stripped whenever he arrived, wherever he is.
So, the spell can locate a specific object known to you as long as you have seen it up close within 30 feet at least once. Alternatively, the spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind, such as apparel, jewelry, furniture, tool, or weapon. This spell can't locate an object of any thickness. If any thickness of lead blocks its directional path between you and the object. So, something of Han's that I'm very familiar with.
Yep. Well, his clothes. It says apparel, so you could definitely picture his clothes. He's unlikely to strip those off in a hurry, you imagine. So you cast that spell?
Yep.
Can you read it to me again in terms of if it says...
Range?
Range, yeah.
Yeah, 1,000 feet.
Okay. You get like essentially like the spell equivalent of a busy signal, or like a poor connection signal, that leads you to believe he's not only not just more than 1,000 feet away. He's potentially not even on this plane.
Okay. Well, I'll let Barnaby know that the guy's gone AWOL.
I say to Heimdal, look, what I know about Han, and it's quite a bit. I know he wasn't too happy here, and I feel as though maybe we should just let this happen, man.
Yep.
Maybe we should just let this one go.
Yep.
I feel like I've done all I can to understand what happened to Han. I can rest easy knowing this, that I have done everything in my power. And if you can say the same, then I think we just move on to our cleaning montage, which is going to be great fun. We're all going to have a good time. And see what happens in the future.
I'm down with it. I understand where you're coming from, and I feel like I have done everything I can within my power beyond torturing the small child, which
absolutely
has demonic intent.
Then you tell James that we fought tooth and nail. You tell James that we wanted to keep trying to find him, but you wouldn't let us because it was stalling the story, please.
Yeah, I'll edit all of that in for sure. I mean, a lot of that had to be cut out. We're back from all the amazing stuff you were trying to do to rescue Han, blowing all your spell slots multiple times, making all sorts of nefarious deals with Garfield.
Absolutely.
Exhausted every single avenue, and I feel because it was fruitless and this is kind of a hero's journey, we'll just cut that bit out. So
exactly, it's like when Kavoth decides to not tell his story at the trial when he's doing his university trial. Yeah,
just sort of we just gloss over it. I mean, we tried really hard. We learnt 3 different languages, and we spent a lot of money, lost a lot of money, and you know how much they like money.
Exactly.
On a side note, it's hilarious watching the other group who don't have any money because Barnaby is the hordes person.
That would be funny.
And 2/4, I mean, half of them don't really understand the concept of money. But yeah. So,
That's wonderful.
we still find ourselves in front of Trollskull Alley, as I mentioned. 4 stories tall, boasting balconies, a turret, and 5 chimneys. The abandoned building is one of the grandest you can see, at least in this alleyway, although it may have been grand once upon a time. And Mara kind of digs you in the elbow, Barnaby, and says, like, it's a bit of a step up from a ruined castle, isn't it?
I guess. Barnaby is like he's excited, but he doesn't want Mara to know.
Yeah.
Like this is his dream, like, you know, a Victorian era kind of hotel, you know, like the stories that these walls will tell, and then the stories that Barnaby is going to tell after hearing them from the walls, you know, because he's magic. So, you know, like, he's super excited, but he just does not want Mara to know that.
Yeah. Excellent. So you find yourselves sort of in front of the it's probably taking a little bit to get here. In front of the big old double doors, Mara hands you a sort of a big iron key, and says, "Would you like to do the honors?"
I would, but Heimdal, we've been through this together, mate. How about we turn this together?
I am down with that.
Yeah.
And when I grab the key,
to Han's memory.
yes.
Han, we did literally everything we could for you, and we turned the key.
Cool. So you open up the door to the place. Inside is a very derelict, kind of run down looking main area. In front, you can kind of see the main bar. Well, I assume you can if you've stepped in. Let me see here. That's great. No. You rolled a dice, Han. Heimdal, what's that all about?
Oh, that was my Arcana check. I'm just like passively throwing out Arcana checks.
Well, that's not really how it works. What are you trying to accomplish? And I will ask if you need to make a roll or if you feel anything. I mean, you do have a detect magic if you're trying to do like a general. I believe you have that spell. If you're actually trying to get like a feel of magic, right? Arcana checks is kind of digging into some kind of like arcane lore that you could have on something.
I was just trying to sense if there was any magic. So I didn't want to like this. So I'm not 100% sold on this chick, Mara.
Okay.
So her being like, "Do you want to open the door?" I was like, "Well, I'm just going to do a quick Arcana check to make sure that there's nothing untoward that might come from turning the lock."
Right. You don't seem to feel any like magical wards on the door. You don't think any magical traps are going to pop off and electrocute you. In fact, you and Barnaby turn the key on the door, and Mara kind of sort of almost shoves past you a little bit to like go inside and be like, "Oh my god, like this place is amazing. Imagine all the cool stuff we're gonna do." Where is she? and she kind of walks in. The place is like covered in dust, spider webs hanging from places. She runs inside and ends up running up the stairs.
I'm looking around. I'm trying to find out where we are. Yeah, I'm imagining. I'm painting a picture in my mind of this beautiful tavern.
Let me. Oh, okay. Well, do you want to give me a like what Barnaby sees in his mind, and then I will give you a like what you actually see. Or do you want it the other way around?
Yeah. No, tell me what's going on.
So stepping inside, the scent of pungent mildew and sour beer hits your nostrils almost immediately. The large tap room is furnished with several broken tables and chairs. It has an L-shaped bar. An old dusty hearth inhabits the north side of the room.
I light that on fire.
Cool. I'm going to pause you guys so you can't run around while I'm describing to you.
Oh, damn
it. Black ash has spilled from the hearth. You see sort of small vermin footprints scattered around the floor. On the floor, like near the edges of the bar, on the ground, there's remnants of shattered glass and broken shelves. Behind the bar is a padlocked hatch, to what must be the basement or a cellar of some kind. And Heimdal, you kind of wander into a pantry to the south. And there are two large metal hooks adorning the wall behind the bar, although whatever was once hung there is no longer there. Heimdal, as you walk through into the pantry, rank smells emanate from back here. Broken casks and crates lean against the stone walls with sagging shelves holding ripped sacks. Some of the sacks kind of ooze and drip with what must be sort of long decayed produce. Vermin, rats perhaps, or worse, have nibbled holes in some of the sacks, leaving little paw prints in the flour and stuff like that on the ground. You sort of walk through these kind of broken swinging doors that lead to the kitchen. And as you do, Barnaby, the light in the fire that Heimdal set in the hearth is blown out as the front door of the or I guess the back door as well, seeing as Heimdal opened it, slams shut, and you're both sort of in complete darkness for a moment.
I cast dancing lights as a kind of just a cylindrical shape, and I send it forward to. Actually, no, I cast it around, so dispersing it evenly around the place.
So you light up the gloom, and in that gloom, you give me a perception check.
Where are you, perception? There you are.
It looks like there's sort of a you can't really see very well because you're kind of like looking through the gloom. You got the dancing lights which illuminate a little bit with this sort of dim light, but you're looking past the pantry back into the kitchen where Heimdal has gone, and you think you see sort of a shadow, his own shadow, kind of elongate and stretch, but you're not really sure if that's if that's just because the lights are throwing weird patterns.
Mm.
Heimdal, you see with your incredible dark vision that there are 2 heavy iron stoves in the kitchen that are mostly intact. There's a little bit of water damage and rust spots from a dripping, broken, and boarded up window. But there's a large, sturdy prep table in the center of the kitchen, mostly just covered in dust and rodent droppings, but otherwise still standing. Cabinets once holding kitchen tools seem to have been flung open and looted at some point. They're all lying empty. Some of the doors are broken off the hinges. And there is another half here that has a few missing bricks, but it's also got a large cast iron cauldron still hanging in place. And inside the cauldron, there's what appears to be sort of maybe a long abandoned bird's nest.
Bird's nest.
Can I do like an investigation check to see if there's anything I notice?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, this place looks pretty old as fuck. And there's not a
The
lot.
fact doors closed and my bonfire went out, which is a magical bonfire, doesn't just fucking blow out.
No, yeah. In fact, you're very aware that no mere gust of wind would have been able to blow out that hearth fire.
So
And you hear the infinitely creepy sound of a small child kind of laughing.
Oh
Is
god,
it
I
that-
hate that shit.
is it that little kid from before?
It's hard to tell. I don't think you really heard him laugh.
Damn it, you should have told a joke, Hunter.
I'll see if I can find the creepy child laughing sound effect.
No, please don't. I fucking hate that shit.
Okay. Can I do an Arcana check then?
Yeah. What are you trying to ascertain?
What the fuck is going on?
So you're trying to get a feel if there's some magic about.
I feel like it's with disadvantage just because I don't know what the fuck is going on.
That's still not bad. You definitely think there's some kind of magic going on here. You can feel that magic gland in your body that that gets itchy when there's magic around. Starting, the hairs on the back of your neck kind of thing starting to stand
Right.
up a little bit.
I head back to Barnaby and I'm like, where the fuck is Mara? Like this place is fucking freaky as shit.
Oh, good question. I start yelling at Mara, where the fuck are you? Mara, where the fuck are you?
And you hear back what sounds like the splashing of water to the faint sound
It's
of
okay,
water
Heimdal.
splashing.
Mara's just having a bath. Don't worry.
Okay, cool. So can I call out to this like baby ghost that's laughing and be like, we are here we don't mean any harm. Would you mind introducing yourself?
That is the politest introduction to a ghost.
The sound of the child goes from sort of like this giggling kind of laughter to this sort of like to a and like a screaming and a crying, and then it's sort of silenced.
Can we be of any help? Oh, scared child of ghostiness.
Give me a perception check.
Okay, cool.
15.
Yeah.
You you hear in the sort of below your feet, you can kind of just make out what maybe it's coming through a pipe or something. The sound of like chains, like metal chains dragging on stone. Like the sort of like clink, clink, clink of something metal and heavy on stone.
Okay, so we saw before the lights went out, we saw some way into the cellar.
Mm-hmm.
Barnaby, you want to head down there?
Look, I've got a feeling that we're about to go up against some kind of pyramid head type deal, something Silent Hill.
Yep.
I've got a very Silent Hill kind of vibe going on here. Look, it's Dungeons and Dragons. Let's go into the closest thing to a dungeon. That's the cellar.
I'm gonna pop my magic missiles up.
Yeah, Melf's minute meteors.
That's the one. Sorry. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Let me. So the two of you kind of make your way over to the cellar, but it is there's sort of a padlock and chain over the cellar door.
Yeah, I who's do you have something that can open this, Heimdal, or should I try to smash it? I mean, what do you want to do here?
We could try while we're here. We could try the old lockpick, I suppose. Is there some
Do
sort
either
of?
of you have a lockpick? Or
No, we bought that thing, didn't we? Fantasy Bunnings, or did we not buy that one? Glutton Talk, Lure Grenade, Friend Bones, Mouth and Minty. No, I don't think we bought the lock thing. That's okay.
Oh, you know what? No, I'm not. I don't. Nah, never mind. I was going to say we could just dimensional door down, but probably not worth it.
I mean, why not?
Because it's a 4th level spell.
Oh shit, definitely not worth it.
Yep.
Unless we're about to have a long
get past
rest.
a lock.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. No. Look. Really, really good point.
Is Randy very good at opening locks?
Randy's not around right now, and Randy's the minimum 3rd level spell. So I'm just going to go ahead and actually, my ghost hand is that capable of working its way into the lock and doing shit to it from the inside, or
not really. No.
Yeah. No. Fair enough.
If I think
cool.
as like rogues that are arcane tricksters, can have like a hand that can pick locks and stuff like the mage hand that can pick locks and stuff. I think that might be a little bit beyond you without some kind of tools. But even then,
take out my rapier and slash at the lock.
Okay. With a stabbing weapon.
Well, it's really sharp.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just see how this goes. I feel as though it's an old lock. And the fear of Barnaby's weakness is the laughter of small children.
Yeah.
So he's very scared right now.
He has few weaknesses, but one of them, children laughing.
Exactly right. So yeah, gonna slash at this lock with an incredibly sharp weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And that is going to require me to do a rapier. How's an 11?
It takes a while. There's sort of a Heimdal. You look on as Barnaby's like trying to smash this lock. I assume with actually the hilt of his sword, and sort of banging away at this thing incredibly loudly. and as you do that, you notice sort of a dripping sound once Barnaby finally like cracks the padlock enough to get it open. You can hear sort of the sound of dripping coming from the north of you, and as you look up, there's sort of this small, or say small, but a pool of blood cresting over the stairs and sort of like slowly dripping down onto the next stair and then filling up that stair and slowly dripping down into the next stair.
Disconcerting.
A little bit, yeah. Can I just get something and kind of plug the stair so the blood doesn't continue dripping down?
What do you look to grab?
Well, what's around? Is there like a couple of old books or something that's
Sure.
relatively square?
Yeah, you're able to find some old ledgers, the behind the bar. Their pages sort of almost to a certain extent, crumble to your touch a little bit, but you're able to kind of. Are you trying to put it at the bottom of the stairs, or?
So my thought process is this place is haunted and weird, and there's already things that are not real that are trying to throw us off track. So I'm just gonna plug this blood bath and go down to the cellar. I don't want the blood to get to the bottom of the stairs because I feel like that could trigger something.
Okay, yeah. So, like on the landing, you kind of take a couple of steps up to the landing, and as the blood's kind of getting to that area, you create a little fortress around it with these hardcover books. Creating a dam, if you will.
Correct. That was the plan. Something that's yeah.
Absolutely.
Stopping the blood from coming down. I still reckon we should go downstairs.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it. I run downstairs. I don't even notice the blood. I say fuck the blood, and I run.
Yeah. I'm in with you. And that's actually all I got.
Cool. Let's see if I can. I will take you down the stairs in just a moment. Let's have a look here.
Barnaby is a little bit disappointed that his new home appears to have been built on an Indian burial ground.
It's always the way, though, isn't it?
I mean, 9 times out of 10 it's going to happen, isn't it? More often than not, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of Waterdeepian burial grounds, I guess.
I gotta pee. I'll be back.
All right. Do you have your audio turned on in Chrome, or like for your computer, Paul?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, you probably shouldn't have told me that.
I know, right?
Do you hear that?
See, that's not nice. That's not pleasant whatsoever. It's really disconcerting. It's really, uneasy. It's just like, why? What the fuck are they so happy about?
Yeah.
I don't know why it does it for me. Small kids in like horror movies.
Yeah.
It's just the worst, the absolute worst thing for me.
Let's put you two together, and the two of you kind of jump down the stairs. Or also climb down the ladder, possibly Barnaby even just jumping down, ignoring the ladder altogether.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going in head first. He don't give a fuck. Don't care about no ladder. He didn't see no ladder.
All right. I come down after Barnaby. And with my dark I can see around, right?
Yeah, and I think Barnaby kind of brings the dancing lights down with him, I would imagine.
You imagine correctly, yes.
So the tap room's so this sort of the pungent sour smell that you were kind of smelling above is even pungenter and sourer down here. And there are what is this area actually? This is the you can kind of almost smell like mold in the air. There are dozens of broken casks and barrels lining the walls with thick cobwebs hanging from the rafters. Behind, sort of in the shadows through here, you see what appears to be a small child chained to the wall, around, sort of tucked away around the corner there.
I want to determine whether or not it's his laugh I'm hearing. So I go up to him and say, "All right, kid." Two guys walk into a bar. They both say, "Ouch."
The kid sort of sniffles and says, "Shh, she'll be coming back soon. You can't be here. Go.
Okay.
You have to go away. I'll get in trouble."
What does she look like?
Well, I think Paul described it as a little boy, so I'm going to run with that. It's
I asked the kid what
she looks like. Yeah. So
I don't know if it's Mara.
oh yeah.
It's not Mara. Mara's a good guy.
Yeah, okay. It's a chick.
The kid says, she'll be so cross if she finds you here, and she gets very angry. Please.
What does she look like?
I'm
like the same height as this kid, so I'm like staring at him in the eye.
Yeah, although he's kind of like chained to the wall and kind of like cowering in the corner. He says,
I pull out my sword and say, "It's okay. We'll protect you." See this? We'll protect you from her. Just answer our question. What does she look like? Who is she?
He says, she said her name was Leaf. She has green hair. And then you hear a sound like ribbit, and the kid sort of goes white as a sheet. And he's like, "Oh no, it's here."
I throw my dagger at the frog.
You turn around and don't see a frog.
Is it a slug?
You don't see anything.
See anything?
In
Yep, just
the
hearing
sort
it.
of darkness. Even with the sort of the dancing lights, obviously casting shadows amongst the room with the debris. Heimdal, even with your sort of dark vision, there are kind of, pockets and holes that look somewhat menacing, as I believe your dark vision makes everything sort of in a black and white grayscale, and treats like absolute darkness, almost like dim light itself. You sort of scan the room and you don't see anything.
Let's try and bust this kid out.
Yep.
We're good guys. We'll save a shot.
Good guys. So yeah, you're all right, kid. It's okay. Don't worry. Just relax. You're You're coming with us. We're actually heroes.
Rabbit.
And we do it quicker.
So what do you do to get this child out of it? It seems to be sort of chained to the wall.
Well, I mean, I've got a staff. I can beat the lock at the locks with a quarterstaff.
I mean, it worked with my rapier before.
Mm.
So using a combination of hilt and the slashes. Actually, probably not going to slash a child's hands there. So yeah, gonna hilt this. Gonna break him out.
Cool. Give me an attack roll.
Come on, rapier. Oh, I don't think I'm doing well.
The kid
7's pretty good.
Is
Don't know
it?
how Yeah.
in golf.
Oh wait,
maybe.
1d20.
The kid is like, "Oh, you're hurting me, please." And as you stop to sort of take a breath, wipe sweat off your brow, you you feel almost like a presence brush past you. But when you turn around, you see nothing.
Mm-hmm. So this chick, Mara, led us here and then went in first, has now disappeared. I feel like the only sane thing to do is continue to try to get this. If we can't sense him, if we can't passively perceive whatever it is that's in our presence, but we know there's something there, but we can't see it, we may as well just try and get this kid out and get into maybe a more open area.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I don't have any spells or equipment that can get this kid out without literally destroying him in the process, I suppose. So that's where I'm like, yeah. What do you got? What do you got that can pick a lock?
Are there specific locks around him?
So he's got a it's almost like a manacle, I think, kind of thing, with probably like a lock that Barnaby's kind of been smashing at, that holds the manacle closed, and then the manacle is chained to sort of a steel ring or an iron ring in the wall.
Yeah, so I aim for the iron ring in the wall, and I suppose I pull out my wand, and I go Expecto Patronus, and magic missile flows out.
Okay. So these darts of force slam in around the ring on the wall and crack into the old stone, and you're able to sort of loosen it enough to pull the to pull the chain out.
Cool. And so with chain in hand, I go, look, we've got you out. Let's get out of here, and we make to leave.
Yep, absolutely. We go to leave, and we do it successfully.
As you turn around, Heimdal, you've obviously got your missiles floating about you here, and you're sort of gathering up the child and the chains, trying to pick him up. You turn around to see. I'm going to arrange you a little bit here. Allow me the dramatic kind of view. You see a large sort of shadow seeming to coalesce behind Barnaby. And it sort of opens up its giant jaw and bends over and just seems to grab Barnaby with its mouth, almost like so you can only see Barnaby's legs. And then,
do I get an opportunity attack there?
No, you did not. break its stealth check. So it had advantage on its super creepy, sneaky attack. And you start to get sort of swallowed by this thing. You feel yourself, Barnaby, sort of enclosed in darkness, being squeezed on all sides, and sort of covered in sort of mouth juices of this thing. Heimdal, you see sticking out the top of this thing's head, like open mouth. It's sort of its mouth to the sky, two sort of kicking Barnaby legs. What do Barnaby's calves look like? Are they stockinged? Are they like pants? Does he wear shorty shorts?
Disappointed you asked this. I've gone through 6 years not talking about Barnaby's calves. They're the least defined part of his body. He's quite self-conscious about them, to be honest.
Yeah.
He just does upper body. He never fucking looks at the calf press. So yeah, he's not too happy. He's might be more concerned that his calves are on display now than he is with his head in the mouth.
And so they're a bit pale as well, I imagine.
Yeah.
And pale in skin. In fact, I think that because he's worked so well on upper body, this creature, this giant toad, seems to have trouble passing that incredible upper bulk. But as soon as he gets past that, it's just going to slip right in.
So can I just jump in there and say, would
you are jumping in, mate?
You're jumping in.
My Sunleaf armor be able to be activated now? Then, given that
that'd be kind of cool.
he is, within range, and I suppose it's a kind of a reaction to being swallowed.
Absolutely, I often have that reaction when I'm being swallowed. Just bursts of radiant light in every direction.
In every direction.
I can narrow it to a cone if I need to.
If you really concentrate, yeah. Cool. All right, I go ahead and do this. Let me read it. Do I need to do anything or just roll damage? Each creature in a creature in a 15-foot cone must make a dexterity saving throw.
You can aim that shit away from us.
I certainly can.
Well, I think Heimdal would have full cover from that anyway, seeing as he's sort of around a corner and not in the creature.
Now that is not on my Foundry sheet because it's a different thing. So I'm just going to roll 6d6s.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you right now, it's not amazing at that dexterity saving throw. Oh,
it's not amazing that roll.
That was 3, not 6. Was it meant to be 3d6 or 6d6?
3d6.
Oh, okay, cool. So this sort of burst of light comes out this thing's mouth as it is sort of illuminated from the inside. It burps audibly and stinkily as it sort of chokes on Barnaby there. This sort of spicy meal that's tried to get. Didn't ask for the wasabi, but Barnaby brought it anyway. And you see Barnaby kind of disappear into the thing, and it rolls its eyes around, and then sort of appears to look at you. Its stomach and sort of neck, distended and oddly shaped as it sort of ooze seems to be dripping off it. Heimdal.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, because I feel like I should have gotten an opportunity to attack before he disappeared entirely, but I'm going to cause fear.
Mm-hmm.
So he has to make whatever it is, has to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right. It gets a 4.
Well, it is scared shitless of me.
So it starts sort of holds up its hands and starts kind of cowering back from you. What does that spell look like, Heimdal?
I just kind of wink at the little kid and give him a nudge and go, "You think you're scared of him?" And I kind of go like, "Are real monsters?" Where, red eyes, big long teeth, hands in the air, get slightly larger.
Yeah.
Yep.
Your shadow sort of extends out past you with the dancing lights that are still like flickering around.
Yep.
Inside this creature, you can see sort of almost like a pulsing bright yellow light from Barnaby's sunleaf armor, and this thing starts cowering from you and kind of backing away into the shadows. Barnaby, you're sort of thrashing about, I imagine, in the darkness here. What do you do?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Did you want to do some more, Heimdall?
No. That's it. That's it. I'm gonna. If he's inside, will he take damage if I met Melof's meteors?
I think so, because he's currently restrained. He would fail any deck saves to dodge.
Got this, Heimdal.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
No
okay.
worries. So Barnaby, he's currently inside a giant toad. Not the weirdest thing he's been inside of. Am I right, guys? Hey.
Well, there's that Dragonborn in season 2.
Literally, yes. The weirdest thing he's been inside of is the Dragonborn. So Barnaby is feeling a little bit trapped. Obviously, he doesn't like this. He doesn't like enclosed spaces. His sunleaf armor hasn't worked to the extent that it should have. He's disappointed in that. He then decides nerds to this, and he goes ahead and thunder steps his way out, teleporting to an unoccupied space, and hopefully actually eating some damage this time to old mate. Where's the D10? There it is. 3D10. Oh yeah, that's a lot better.
Huge.
So old mate needs to make a con save.
Okay. So this creature, while sort of being scared of Heimdal, I believe, does he get disadvantage on saving throws while the figment of his fear is within his?
So the frightened target.
Do you have a description for the keyword frightened?
No, it just says the frightened target can repeat saving throws at the end of his turn, ending the effect.
That's right. I'll look up frightened. Disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. Okay. So I don't think.
Oh wait, is it undead or is it undead?
It doesn't appear to be.
Good. Never mind then.
So as I teleport, I can bring object with me. I grab whatever organ.
Nice.
I'm fishing around for, and imagine that I end up with his. Well, if I'm in his stomach, like realistically, it's actually. If I'm in his stomach, there's no organs around there. It's just going to be other.
Yeah, and I think you'd have to separate the organ for it to become an object and not part of another creature, right?
I lost you there. After you'd have to separate the organs.
So I think you'd have to separate the organ for it to become an object.
Yeah, fair. Cool. All right. I just teleport then.
You teleport out, or you sort of release this sonic sound, this sonic thundering boom. Heimdal, to you it looks like. I'm trying to think if there's got to be something in pop culture of a creature eating an explosion. Possibly the who's the fat guy in that Wolverine movie? That's like indestructible. Doesn't he just like eat grenades and shit? Anyway,
I think so.
its body sort of descends and explodes out somewhat before kind of snapping back a lot more loosely, as it looks like Barnaby has possibly self-destructed inside this creature. Barnaby, you come falling out. Let me covered in guts or covered in sort of digestive slime, and fall out of a wardrobe onto a furnished floor.
Wonderful.
Anything else from you?
I let out a whimper of confusion, kind of like a ah. That's it.
Cool.
Yep.
That's it. You see sort of one door looking out that sort of leads to a balcony, and then another door that seems to lead maybe to another hallway, and the sort of violet violet Duna cover on the bed, a purple throw rug. It looks quite nice in here. Although you've just like gooed it all up.
Yep. $1 for every time. Am I right? Classic Barnaby.
I feel like Barnaby's a black silk sheets kind of guy.
So only silk touches that skin.
All right, Heimdal.
Well, okay. So do I sense that Barnaby is gone?
You don't hear him struggling in there anymore, for sure.
And
you did hear a massive explosion from this.
And I know Barnaby has a thunder step.
Yeah, I think you've seen it before.
So I'm pretty confident he's not in there because that giant mass that was in that frog's stomach is now deflated, and I've heard a lightning crack.
Hey, buds, thanks for the sub. Yes, yeah, actually, you would have heard the lightning crack, so you would have thought, hey, Barnaby's done his thing. His very loud and obnoxious version of teleport.
Yep.
It's not as stylish or smooth or as silent as yours. It's very showy.
Well, you know what? I'm going to, I guess, throw some meteors at this shadow to start off with.
Yeah.
So
it has to beat a wisdom saving throw to break out of this thing, right?
I think it's the end of its turn, yeah.
Yeah. So it's still sort of stepping back, kind of holding its hands up.
And it needs to make a dex saving throw now.
Okay.
For 2 meteors. State it before it happens.
Yeah. It certainly fails both of those saves.
Okay. So... Melf's meteors. Let's see if this does 1. Oh my god. Okay, normal. So that's 1, and now I need to do the same thing again. Mouse meteors, cast spell. Normal. That's the other one.
Cool. So -6 and -7 as these sort of meteors fly out from you. They were sort of orbiting around you and fly out, cracking into this thing and exploding in a fiery ball. It's sort of cowering there and starts kind of shrinking back, trying to sort of squeeze itself smaller into the shadows as it fails its fear saving throw there.
Okay, wait a second. I can still do more now because that was just my bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
So I will now do Toll the Dead, which has to make another wisdom saving throw.
Yep. Wisdom. Saving throw. It succeeds on that one.
Are you sure? It's 16 or more.
It got a 22.
Ah, okay. Well, it doesn't get told.
How did that happen? I thought it was a 14.
Yeah, it must have some massive pluses on wisdom.
No, I think that was it says on my chat that you rolled a dexterity saving throw. Heimdal. I think maybe you were targeting yourself when you did Melf's meteors, so it like triggered your character sheet to roll a dex saving throw.
Okay.
I can turn that off. I think that's a module that
Doesn't matter.
like toggles you
Oh,
to.
good. I thought I saw a 14 pop up for your
I
roll.
definitely saw a 14 as well, but I can see at the bottom it says wisdom saving throw 22. So
22, and that's a nat 20. So yeah,
That
I don't know
wasn't
what.
Unless one of our dice kind of they knock each other or whatever, right?
Something. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So
You don't trust your
you didn't get
benevolent and
told.
kind dungeon master?
I don't trust technology. Robots are, they're no good.
Yeah. Cool. Let me turn off that.
Okay. Can I move a little bit over this side
Mm-hmm.
without getting in within range of an attack?
Sure. Yeah, it seems to be kind of shrinking away from you at this stage, and you're kind of skirting around. I assume with this child kind of behind you.
No, I lose you every now and then. I'm skirting around.
Skirting around the wall with this child behind you.
Yes. Yeah. I got the chain in one hand, and I'm kind of like ushering him with the other.
Yep. Cool. Barnaby, living it up, lap of luxury.
Yeah. Barnaby's fairly. Can he hear the commotion going on in the cellar?
Give me a perception check. No.
Cool.
You can hear what sounds like you can kind of hear a little bit closer now the sounds of splashing though, and there's sort of a bit of a humming, like
All right. So Barnaby is fairly confident. He felt that was a good roll. He felt that was a really good thunder step. He did. He reckons that creature is absolutely obliterated. And he's going to go check out these sounds that he's hearing, splashing, humming.
Yeah. In the next room, you hear, or you sort of follow the sound of the splashing, and in this room here, it sort of sounds like it's coming from in there. And as you open the door, you see a sort of eggshell white stone bathtub in the center of the room. And there is what looks to be sort of a beautiful woman sitting in the bath, humming to herself.
I'm getting some real Shining vibes from this. Do I recognize her at all?
She does not look familiar, and as you sort of enter the room, she turns to kind of hear at your footstep, hears you, and sort of goes to cover herself up somewhat and says, "Sir, you have caught me at quite the disadvantage. Please pass me a towel or something."
I just said, I'm so sorry. I thought you were someone else. I thought my friend was in here. I'm just gonna leave. And I'm saying this like while holding my hand over my eyes, but kind of opening my little pinky finger, that gap there, so I can sneakily look. But I'm trying to be chivalrous, trying to be gentlemanly, and avert my gaze whilst leaving the room.
And she says, Well, I suppose I can't begrudge a gentleman such as yourself one look.
No, no, you cannot. Listen, this is really, really strange, though. This is clearly an abandoned kind of hotel, and you're just having a bath in the middle here. I mean, I'm just getting some real bad vibes, so I'm gonna leave you to it. Dad
Bad
always said, "Don't."
vibes.
Yep.
I hope the children haven't been playing up again, have they?
Yeah, right. See, this is the exact kind of shit I'm talking about. This is messed up, and I go ahead and cast. Oh, that's a tough one. What am I gonna do? I want to use Thunder Step. I don't want to. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and. Yep, I'm gonna cast Shatter on her.
On her and sort of I guess the bathtub she's sitting in.
With the
roll-
hope that that's gonna give her some kind of electric.
Well,
damage,
shatter's a
you know?
sound. Thunder is a sound.
Thunder is sound, right? That makes a lot of sense. That's fair enough. So third level Shatter is 4d8. D8, where are you? You are. Hiya!
It's not bad.
That's not great. And it's a
It's-
possible, 32?
It's better than average, though.
Oh,
16,
like
16 would be average.
one better.
It's
Yeah,
better
yeah.
than average. At least it's not like, 4.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, the floor would be, awful.
Um,
So, just going to go ahead and cast that on her and be like, no means no.
All right. So the bath around her shatters, and as it does, you see what was or what seemed like clear, or not clear, but like bath water. As the eggshell, the bottom half of the egg of this bath cracks open from this thunderous sound and shatters. What looks like blood sort of holds its shape, cupping her for a moment, and then loses its shape and spills out, splashing down your ankles and sort of half flooding somewhat the room behind you. And then in that room actually give me a perception check, Barnaby.
Sorry, you cut out there.
Oh, sorry, I keep cutting out. Give me a perception check.
Perception, okay. Not good.
Not bad. You see her form change for like a moment and then snap back to beautiful again.
Yeah, right. And what is that form? It's that token that you got there.
Yeah, it doesn't look great.
No, that's like a ghosty, witchy kind of vibe. Yeah. Oh, there. Yeah, right. Nah. No. Not about that. Not about. Glad I didn't stick my dick in that. That would have been the weirdest thing I stuck my dick in. Yep. Cool. Okay, that's really gross. In anticipation. Well, actually, so as a bonus here, Barnaby chuffed. Yeah, he's really proud of himself that he avoided the temptation of a beautiful woman. He feels like this is a growth moment for him, and he's going to bestow upon himself some inspiration.
Okay. She is sort of sitting on the ground, still looking incredibly nice, but you can't get that sort of image out of your head. And she stands up and says, "Well, aren't you a naughty, naughty boy? You'll have to go in the cellar And if you can't learn a valuable lesson, then you'll have to go in the pies.
All right, Mrs. Sweeney Todd, I've already been in the cellar and I've already destroyed your slard froggy thing. Okay. So go ahead and do your worst.
Evil Doa TV, thank you very much for the raid.
Man, you're cutting out real bad there.
Yeah,
Steve,
cutting?
is that happening for you as well?
Yeah. I think I'm in sync with you there. I can pick up most
Let
of
me
what
see
it's
if I
saying.
can change something in Discord here.
It's like even intermittent, like during the sentence, it'll cut and then you'll
Yeah.
come back in. So it's not
Yeah.
like start and finish.
We'll see if this is a little bit better. I changed the setting. We cut back to that very cellar and the very not dispatched giant toad that Heimdal is dealing with. It is going to try and beat its saving throw. To be no longer afraid at the end of its turn. It was a wisdom, I believe.
Yes, I think so.
Does a 14 cut it?
No.
No. So it's still sort of cowering away from you in the corner, shrinking back, almost like shrinking in size, as it tries to squeeze itself between some old broken barrels, and its eyes rolling around in its head, eyeing off areas of the room.
Okay. Out of curiosity, this is a bit of meta talk here, but is this guy weak to fire? Actually, you know what? Because the only reason I ask is because Mal's meteors were fire damage.
Mhm.
So I was wondering if fire... Did I notice fire do any more...
You don't
effect?
seem to think it didn't seem to be particularly more flammable.
Phased by fire. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the same thing.
Okay.
I'm going to... Actually... Oh... Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Okay, so the first thing I'll do is Toll the Dead.
Mhm.
Which is... Wisdom saving throw, again.
Yeah, you can totally do that. Wisdom saving throw. Oof, that's bad. So what's that damage? 2d12?
Toll the Dead. Bear with me. Normal. So
16 necrotic damage.
wait a second. So that was 2d8 plus 1d12. What the fuck is that?
I don't know. It's your spell, mate.
Yeah. So it should be 2d12.
Right. Okay. Well, we can now. I'll roll 2d12 here, but you'll need to go in and maybe like edit that spell. In that case, then. So that's 12. You happy with that?
Sure. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Cool. Yeah, it seems to be trying to roll both sets of dice because it doesn't know whether it's damaged or not. It can't know.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so is it looking bloodied or anything?
Oh yeah, it's looking super bloodied. It does not look great.
Cool. In that case, I'll keep going because I was edging towards the gate to get out, but if he's looking nearly dead,
yeah. As you lay off that volley, you see that it's its tongue is lolling out of its mouth. Bits of its lower jaw are all scorched, and it still seems to be sort of shying away from you. And it seems almost to even be shrinking smaller somehow, or getting smaller as the moments pass on, and you're inflicting incredible damage on it.
okay. Well, I'm gonna flick 2 of my meteors at it, so it has to make dexterity saving throw.
Yeah. It cannot do very well here. So, roll me that damage.
I'm just gonna roll it this way. Roll 2d6. 11 damage.
Cool. And that was 1 meteor, was it?
That was 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
there you
wait. A creature takes... Oh, yeah, that was 1. Oh, wow. That was a great roll.
It was a really good roll.
Yeah, 2d6. Oh. Roll. Another 6 damage.
Another 6 damage as this thing you think probably couldn't stand up to another volley like that. As it sort of shrinks down, you can see it's almost turning. It's losing part of its form even, and doesn't seem to be altogether too real. As we, did you want to move or do anything like that? Just sort of, you shall not passing while meteors fly at this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still just edging towards the ladder. I'm like just about to exit, but I may as well finish him off on the way out.
Mhm.
You know, I'm not too chilled, too worried about this slug guy now.
Yeah.
He's pretty small.
Barnaby, the woman that you rudely interrupted her bathing time, raises a finger at you and says, "You've been incredibly naughty." And this sort of ray of greenish energy lashes out towards you from her finger. And this is what we do to naughty boys.
Counterspell.
Okay. So you, what does that look like as you sort of raise your hand up to
No.
dispel
I
her
see
magic?
it. So Barnaby, obviously having been brought up by wolves, maybe that is the true story, maybe it's not. But regardless, authority, parental figures just do not sit well with him as well. So when he's being disciplined, that's something that resonates so incredibly uncomfortably with him that the resonation actually starts coming outward. Barnaby doesn't actually do anything. That resonation of his discomfort is actually enough to dispel the spell as it starts to come towards him as he's looking at her saying, no, you will not tell me what to do. I am my own person. The only person that can tell me what to do is Mama Wolf, and she's not here.
And as you sort of you're at, you just sort of give like a no, and sort of the spell curves around you and kind of dissipates off, almost sort of misfiring. She kind of narrows her eyes at you and says, "The cellar would be too good for you, but you will make a good pie." And it's your turn, Barnaby.
Barnaby says, you know who loves pies? Randy. And he's going to go ahead and unfortunately, I have to cast that counterspell. I feel like I wasted it. I casted it at 4th level because that's all I had. And my final 4th level spell, going ahead and casting Randy as my face spirit at the 4th. So,
Describe to me again, Randy the Face Spirit, and let me know what form he is taking this time.
Yeah. I will. So the Fae that attended last time was Randy. I see Randy as being he has different levels that are kind of akin to Super Saiyan levels. So you're at 3rd level. That's Randy. That's Goku Super Saiyan 1. With his blonde hair. Standard Goku as we all see him. Randy cast at level 4 is pretty much your Super Saiyan level 3. So whilst he's still, he's bigger, he's bulkier, his horns are larger.
He's got more tattoos, more pronounced tattoos.
Yeah. He is going to be. I reckon he's impassioned. He's furious. Andy comes out and he is absolutely furious that he's had to embody use that level of power to be here for this witch in the bathtub. He's not happy about this.
All right, cool. So you invoke Randy, and Randy seems to sort of step forth out of nowhere with a flourish. He's wearing, usually like Randy's not wearing a shirt because he doesn't need to, being a face spirit. But he comes out wearing a too tight a t-shirt and then just flexes, and it all just starts ripping off him and falls apart like tissue in an unseen wind. And he sort of draws his fey sword, this sort of glass green blade that looks like a sharpened leaf, and looks over to you and says, and looks between you two and says, "I'm not interrupting, am I?"
I say, "No, Randy, attack."
And he says, "That's a hag. You know that, right? She doesn't look it, but that's a hag."
What's that? What's a hag, Randy?
Okay. Jeez, we really need to work on your cultural understandings, hey. Well, there's always time for that later, and does he get an attack as part of his summoning?
Wonderful. So Randy gets to make, with his multi-attack feature, he gets to make a number of attacks equal to half the spell's level. So he gets to make 2 attacks now.
Okay.
His melee weapon attack is +3, +4 to hit. So +7 all up to hit. And
Okay.
I will roll that. Look at Randy. Look at him. Oh, he's badass, isn't he? Isn't he beautiful? Isn't he a beautiful creature?
Isn't he a beautiful boy?
Where is my D20? Oh, +7, so a 12.
12's not going to cut it.
25.
25, we'll do it.
Why couldn't I split the difference between those two, hey?
Just even it all out.
Even it all out. And then he does 1d6 +3 +4, so it's a +7 damage with a d6. 9 to 2. 1. 5 +7 is 12 damage. With
So
that strike.
He darts in. The first cut goes a little bit wild, as he's maybe not even sure of his own power, having I believe never have been summoned at this higher level before, or imbued with this kind of power. But the second one, he gets right in there, and she lets out a screech that sort of pains your ears as his blade cuts through her.
And he then gets to do that also does 1d6 force damage.
Okay. That's the 5. Yeah. Oh no.
No. Sorry.
So roll the other d6 as well then.
Yeah, rolling it now. Okay, so not that much force. Maybe the shriek that she let out prevented the force of his
incredible
dagger.
Blade. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's then going to phase step away to stand next to Barnaby, and they're an allegiance. They're a coalition together.
Yeah.
And what that means with his impassioned step is the Fae has advantage on the next attack roll.
Okay, excellent. He's just super
Actually,
passionate.
hold on. I'm not gonna cheat here. It says immediately after using its phase step, the Fae has advantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its turn.
So
I need to do that.
Start of its turn.
I need to do it before I move. Okay, he's still gonna make the move, but yeah, I won't take the bonus. Yeah.
Cool. Do you want to move him to wherever you're putting him, or is he just there?
It's a small room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right, the hag is upset. I believe I haven't been tracking proper initiative just because there's so few of us. So that was the hag, then Barnaby, and then we go back down to the Banderhog.
Hag, Barnaby, Randy. Yep.
And then Heimdal. This Banderhog's just not having a great old time. Yeah, it seems to sort of shrivel away, unable to kind of get its foundation. It's just very sad that Heimdal is so tiny and scary, looming there as he is in this part of the room, and sort of almost like a sickening steam starts coming off the creature. Heimdal, what do you do?
Well, I'm gonna have to toll the dead one more time, I think. So he's got to make a wisdom saving throw.
Gotta celebrate. Oh, it's not great. That's a 4. It's a big old 4. So if you want to roll 2d12.
I can't see my character, so I can't roll. I'll just do it on my other sheet.
He's down the bottom here. Have you moved the camera?
Yeah, I see him. Here we go. Yep, cool. All right, spells, toll the dead. Oh, it's this one again. You know what? I'm just gonna go roll 2d12. 17 damage.
So this haunting boom comes from just maybe another plane of existence, and the creature sort of holds its stubby arms to its head as this sort of thrum of a bell tolling its demise, and it sort of seems to kind of collapse onto the ground, clutching at its head, and the skin of it seems to sort of split apart and slough off, as if it's almost like molting or melting into sort of this ectoplasm on the ground, and you see a figure sort of cowering in the fetal position, where this, almost like that was almost like encased by this skin.
All right.
Nice.
So I guess I should do an Arcana check or something and make sure I'm getting good vibes, or investigation. Do I just go up and say hi?
Give me an investigation check.
All right.
It's still not bad. You,
Jeez, you have +8 investigation. That is ridiculous.
Yeah. Investigation and Arcana. They're my things.
So this this figure in here seems to be almost like, well, it's hard to tell. It seems more humanoid, more somewhat human, though there is sort of a very hairy-like quality to it, and it seems to be sort of shivering, and as I said, in the fetal position, and what goop hasn't sort of fallen off it. It seems to be almost like steaming, as if something it's stepped out of a hot shower, and just like this sort of effervescence is coming off it.
Okay, so I grab him by the chin, looming over him, angle his face up to me, and say, "Why are you attacking us?"
He sort of looks up and looks into your eyes, and kind of eyes darting around wildly. Says, "What? Where? Where is she? We have to stop her.
Okay. Can I tell if he's lying?
Give me an insight check.
Ooh, what's another one that I've got a little dot next to? I got a 17, but I'll do a little roll here as well. Insight.
He seems somewhat panicked. I guess you're not getting any sort of violent kind of vibes or any. This doesn't seem to be some kind of subterfuge.
Okay. You know what?
This creature seems genuinely afraid, partly of you, but partly of obviously something else.
So I cancel my terror spell, my cause fear, if I can do that.
Yep.
And I don't know if that was having any effect on him, but I can obviously tell that I'm not going to get anything from this guy in his current state. He's like fried, I feel. So I ask him if he wants to get out of here and get away from this scary place.
He sort of looks around, around in the gloom, and says, "But where are we? Where am I? What's going on here? Where's she? And he kind of tries to sort of hold. I don't know if you've like come up closer to kind of hold, because I think you said you were holding his face up.
Yeah, I'm pretty close.
He sort of loosely tries to like grab onto your robes. Unfortunately, he does sort of get a little bit of slime on them.
That's all right.
And kind of looks up or sort of level with you, because he's kind of lying on the floor. Looks up at your small frame, and says, "She's not what she appears. We have to save the children."
Well, we are here saving this child, as you can see to my left.
And he looks behind you and says, "What child?"
Well, I've still got the chain in my hand. What's connected to the end of the chain?
You look over and you're holding an empty chain that you'd pulled out of the wall.
Oh, right. Well, fuck. I throw that on the ground. Okay, so, mate, we've both been duped. You were under a spell. I was under some sort of hallucination spell. Thankfully, I think I've broken that spell from you because you are now yourself. So I'm going to perform a very quick ritual to snap you back into reality. It might hurt a little bit. So just look at me in the eyes, and then I slap him. And say, "Are you..."
Is there any magical incantation?
No. I just said, "Look at me really closely. I'm going to bring you back to yourself," and fucking slap him over the face.
Yeah. He sort of snarls a little bit, and you see some what looks like, you can kind of make out the muscles of him. He's seems to be stark naked. And you can see bits of him, like his hands, sort of at that shock, and he's sort of like eyes shocked. He kind of looks angry for a moment, and you can see like his fingers almost like start to turn into claws, but then they sort of retract back and turn into regular human sausage fingers. And he's like, "Yes, of course. Thank you, for breaking the spell."
So, now that that's done, we should amscray. So we got to hightail it up this ladder. You can follow me if you want. And I skadoot up that ladder.
He follows quickly behind you. I think that's a good turn.
Yep. Yeah.
So the Hag of the Hills here, she's going to try and sort of reach out and claw at Barnaby as it appears her devilish magic, her fey magic, had no sway over him. No chance.
Sadly misses Barnaby. I like the attention to detail Foundry has. That's good.
Yeah, I'll reveal that for you. That's because that was a big boy one.
Okay.
She, after sort of trying to claw at you, and you easily parry it out of the way, she looks at you and says, "You will never know rest. You will never know peace. Any food you eat will turn to ash. Any bed you lay in will turn cold. You will always sleep in the wet spot." And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save. Wisdom save.
That was a Randy wisdom save.
Ah, I didn't know I was on Barnaby. I was on Randy. Can I just take that? This is Barnaby. So
Yeah. All right. Even though yours is a -1, I believe.
sorry. What do I have a minus for? I do have a minus for wisdom. I have a -1 for wisdom. So yeah,
yes,
16.
I'll accept a 16. What is her spell save DC?
Geez, I'm not wise, am I? To roll 17 and that be just a pass. That's shocking for Barnaby.
Oh, look, I'm terribly surprised that Barnaby did not hop into the bath with her with his wisdom score. You feel her reaching into some kind of into the strings of fate, and maybe like trying to pluck at or cut a string in your future, but with sort of a force of will. You kind of shake that feeling off and realize that magic isn't real. It's all just smoke and mirrors.
Smoke and mirrors. That's it.
Just like Hercule taught you.
Yeah. Barnaby watched Revealing the Magician's Secrets when he was young.
Yeah.
He knows how David Copperfield made the Statue of Liberty disappear. You can't fuck with me, hack.
And what do you do in return?
Barnaby is going to shatter this hag.
Mm-hmm. With you in the room as well. What's the AOE on shatter?
It is.
I mean, I let you do it before in the bath, but I feel like you've kind of stepped into the room.
Yeah, we're in there now. So it's a 10-foot radius. So what's going to happen there? Oh, that's going to get everyone in that. Yeah, no, okay. So yeah, cool. Thank you for that. Thank you for.
He's not very wise. You could certainly play that as a course of action.
You know what he might do? Actually, he might just. Oh, that's crazy. That's not narratively good. Okay, but he's going to vicious mockery, and use that David Copperfield thing that he said before.
All right, excellent. So she's going to make a wisdom saving throw. Is that right?
I believe it is. Oh, geez, that's not very good, is it? Doesn't really matter. But yeah, I believe she does need to do a whiz saving throw.
She gets a 15.
My spell save DC is 15.
Okay, so she succeeds.
So she succeeds.
But the real force of damage that you have is obviously a giant fey spirit standing next to you.
Exactly right. So he's going to go ahead and Barnaby. Well, actually, no, I don't need to. So he's going to go ahead and face step to get closer to her, which gives him advantage
on his next attack.
On his next attack.
Cool.
So I'll go ahead and roll the 2 d20s. Hold on, what the fuck have I done there?
You've added them together, but I'll take the 19. That'll definitely hit. So
19's not bad.
For the first one. So is it 2d6 plus?
Yeah, 2d6 plus 7.
That's huge.
can I actually add in the formula here? +7. Work? 14. First attack.
Oh, jeez.
Second attack. Not 2. Why do you do that, you silly thing? That's not going to hit.
No. But the first one lands true, and she lets out another sort of blood-curdling screech. In fact, the blood around your ankles and on the floor begins to curdle.
Oh, wow. Okay. Good stuff. No, we'll leave it there. They're engaged in combat. I like that.
Cool. Heimdal, you and this this sort of shaking naked man emerge from the cellar back behind the bar again. As I mentioned there, the looking through the tap room, the dusty hearth. You actually notice now that you're in here, the place appears to have some sort of paintings on the walls. You don't think they were there before.
Okay. Can I investigate the paintings?
Absolutely. Give me an investigation check.
I'm getting there. I gotta find skills investigation. All right. Bang in the middle.
Some of
Not
them,
bad, not good.
yeah. You see, some of the paintings seem to be of like a kindly old lady with sort of this row of children in front of her, almost like a school or an orphanage or something. Standing, and it's sort of like a painting of this place, and it seems to have been made. The point of view of it is standing in front of this place, so this place may be back in its prime, sort of standing behind them, tucked away in the windows of the building in the painting. You can see what appears to be like a human face. Screaming in terror, that is, whilst very small, does look like a bit like Barnaby.
Like a what?
Like Barnaby?
Okay. Can I ask if this guy knows anything about this place that's depicted in these photos?
He sort of looks at it and kind of shudders, or somewhere between a shudder and a dog shaking itself, as if trying to shake off a bad memory. And he says, "This is or was Leaf's orphanage. She had trapped me here under a curse."
If you can tell me how to get there, you are free to go.
He says that painting is of this place.
Okay. Still not there.
We're inside it.
So, do you know what's upstairs?
He kind of tries to sort of clear his eyes, and says, well, I think that's the children's rooms and her room.
All right. Do you want to get your own back and save the children?
Yeah, we have to. We must.
Cool.
Shh.
Let's go upstairs.
All right. And he kind of pads after you.
Yep. Just making sure he's not going to like want to scray. Oh. Oh.
How cool is that? It teleports you up the stairs.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
As you emerge up the stairs, you kind of walk up, feet kind of sticky with blood that had been making its way down the staircase, and you notice the sort of cause of this river of blood is well, it's Barnaby and a beautiful woman, seemingly locked in combat, in a small bathroom.
All right. I will straight away toll the dead. So Haggy McHag has to. Where is it? Spells. Toll the dead. You know what? Toll the dead. Okay, so she has to make a
Wisdom save, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to use toll the dead because it doesn't know what the hell it roll.
Yeah, I think you'll have to edit that.
It is wisdom. It is wisdom. Yep.
Yeah. She gets a 12.
She misses. She fails. And she takes what?
15.
15. Because it still was trying to roll the old damage. It was waiting for like a target because you haven't targeted her token.
Ah, okay.
That's fine.
Yep.
It would have been the incorrect damage anyway. So 15 damage. She does not look great as she sees you kind of emerge.
She does not what?
She does not look great.
Okay, cool. Can I like throw my magic missiles at the wall behind her so I don't hit Barnaby for my last 2 magic missiles? No, not magic
Cool,
missiles.
man.
Sorry.
Hold on
Melf's
to
minute
him.
meteors.
Minute meteors. Yeah.
What is the radius on their explosion?
5 feet. So if I hit the wall behind her, it shouldn't hit Barnaby.
Oh yeah, give me an Arcana check. You're pretty good at this to try and like curve the bullet, and try and aim behind her.
Arcana 13. I mean, really, I just got to hit the wall. Is it really that hard?
Yeah. Well, it's hard because you're trying to. She's jumping out of the way. You're firing through a doorway. Barnaby's in the way. I think there's a lot going on in that room.
Oh, right. Am I trying to get... right. There's a doorway. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, well.
So everyone in that room is going to have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, what? Did I not make it?
No.
Oh.
You'll be glad to know, though, gets a 13. Barnaby, can you make a dex saving throw for yourself and Randy, please?
Sorry, man, you're cutting out there. So dex save. So Heimdal's let off his missiles, and
yeah, I think it might just be Discord. Maybe we'll have to try like Zoom next time, or maybe I've got to do push to talk.
Huge. Randy doesn't get hit.
Oh damn it! That was meant to be Barnaby. I got to stop ending my turn. My cursor on, Randy.
Well, Randy doesn't get hit.
Well, Randy doesn't get hit. Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't matter if Randy gets hit.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, Randy thinks it matters.
Yeah, no. Of course it matters, Randy. It really does.
He would rather you not hit him with minute meteors. What's Barnaby's saving throw?
I reckon it's going to be a lot less than Randy's.
Nice.
Oh no, it's actually better than Randy's.
Ha!
So wonderful.
Suck it, Randy.
So you guys only take half the damage.
Fuck you, Steve.
What is the full damage?
Okay, so I will just roll 4d6 So you take 6, she takes 12. Actually, where does it hit?
Well,
Because
so
I was
it flies
aiming
through the room,
for.
and I think it hits her like sort of directly
Yeah,
with her
okay.
terrible roll, and sort of then explodes out, and the three of them are kind of lanced with this heat and fire.
Okay. Well, at least you know I'm here.
Thanks, Heimdal.
You're welcome.
Get
I
that,
got your
mate.
back, and I got your front, and all over the place.
Good.
So before I end my turn, I angle towards my little ape friend, and I'm like, "This is your chance to shine.
All right.
You can save the children."
Um,
And I try and inspire.
yeah.
I know that's not my thing, but
He steps forward, and you see him sort of start to change. His sort of naked form begins to grow covered with fur, and his teeth get elongated. His fingers again turn into claws, and he sort of looks half man, half beast. Um, and he says, "Leaf, hag, witch. I finished the task I was sent here to do, to destroy you and free their poor souls." And he sort of tears into her with his claws and bites her with his new incredible teeth, bright white, amazing smile, and her sort of dark black blood sort of mingles with the red blood that she was previously bathing in, but now sort of stains the floorboards as she sort of goes to the ground, twitching. And he stands up and looks at you all in turn. He kind of nods amicably at Randy. And says, "Thank you, uh, thank you, friends. It was. I hope I didn't hurt you."
Oh, nah, all good. I mean, only emotionally because you took away my kill, which in your kingdom is cause for death. But we're more civilized than that, so we'll let that one go.
As you're sort of talking to him, his features sort of shift back to a more human, uh, a very human appearance. Just and there he's sort of standing there, buck naked, um, somewhat covered in blood.
Cool. So, do you want to tell us what the fuck happened here, man?
This
Clearly been put under a spell by this hag. She was talking about turning children into pies or making me into a pie or something like that. I mean, has she been killing people and feeding, making them into pies and then feeding that to the town? Because that's pretty grotesque.
Yeah. She had a reputation for this in the Fae, and it it's a me and some others sort of went to go, shove her in her own oven, so to speak, but she got the better of us, and I don't know what happened to the others, but she cursed me, and it looks like she'd sort of set up shop again um, wherever we are now. Um, Look, I'm just glad that we you have put a stop to her, or we've put a stop to her. But I'm in your debt, and it's a debt I intend to repay.
Oh. Okay. So you said you're Fae. What kind of creature are you? And your name? Sorry, I missed that.
My name is Harbinger Sprig, and I'm a guardian of the Feywild. Usually, I don't often find myself in places like this. I can assure you.
Yes. Do you know? Are you from Cerulean City by any chance?
I know of the Cerulean City. Absolutely, everyone knows of that.
I actually spent like I don't even know how many Earth years there, but it was a pretty damn long time. It's where I met your boy Randy, actually. And I was actually, me and I believe your princess Sabine there were betrothed. Does she ring any bells?
On a meta level, was she a princess?
In my mind, she was, Daniel. Okay.
Probably.
I don't know.
Yeah,
She
I
was
think
like
one
in
of
a
the.
castle and
She was in
shit
a
like
castle
that.
for sure.
Yeah.
I think Barnaby wouldn't settle for a handmaid.
No, God, no.
Yeah, she was probably one of the daughters of the king, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember the king gave a big speech and the prince gave a big speech.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. He. He sort of slaps you on the shoulder, and says, "Oh, yes, of course, a mortal took the heart of Sabine, the princess of Cerulean. Ah, you mortals, what a card."
Mm. Okay.
And he says in Sylvan, he says something in Sylvan to Randy, and Randy laughs.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Just great. Well, you seem to be a friend, certainly not foe. How do you plan on repaying us for you mentioned you're indebted to us. This can only be a good thing, surely.
And he says, "Well, what else could it be but perhaps some kind of quest? Appears to be that you're on some kind of task. I will help you certainly complete it. Probably even save your life multiple times as you've saved mine. And if perhaps we and then perhaps we can get back to the Feywild and I can help you on your courtship with Sabine the princess. Sure, but even such an impossible task, I would be happy to help you with, seeing as you have saved me from a fate worse than death."
Is this James? Just
Yeah, this is James's new character. I'm making a lot of decisions for him right now.
I know, right? That's great. Well, he
So
is
expect
indebted.
maybe some backfill, backstory, metagaming to undo whatever it is I'm saying. But
Hey, Heimdal, guess what? James's character is now indebted to us permanently. That's awesome.
Yeah, I literally just started. Yeah, that's amazing. How did you even know that was James? Like, what the hell?
James mentioned that he wanted to roll up a new character and he wanted to be a druid. So I just thought.
I didn't even know this guy was a druid. Okay.
No, but he's Fae, and I just
druid.
figured that the effort that Daniel's going through, he must be someone that's going to hang around with us for a little while. So I just thought might be James.
you get inspiration for seeing through my James puzzle.
Well, that's cool, man. Welcome aboard. Then we're more than delighted to have you, Harbingus.
Harbinger.
Harbinger. Okay. Hubby. We'll figure it out. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But
You could
in the
also,
interim,
I mean, in your tongue, perhaps, maybe in your tongue, with your mortal tongue, maybe it's difficult to pronounce. Perhaps Herald, Omen are all suitable names.
I'm gonna go with Harvey. But maybe I mean the first thing that you could do is use your incredible magic powers to give us a cleaning montage where this hotel comes up spick and span and spruce, and maybe a couple of pints of ale. Who knows? Maybe a non-hag brought in the bathtub. That could be pretty cool.
Yeah. So we cut to a bit of a cleaning montage.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
Where
before
the
that,
fuck
before that,
is-
sorry. Yep.
Where the fuck is the chick that we came in with?
Yeah. So, excellent point.
She pushed past us and then disappeared. And then the hag appeared. Sus.
Yeah, no, for sure. The as the hag kind of lies bleeding at your feet, you notice that the other blood in this place seems to disappear. The sort of red, possibly children's blood that was cascading down the stairs seems to. You start to see through it as if it was an illusion, some sort of nonsense. The door here bursts open, and Mara comes running down in a panic.
Oh yeah. Thanks, fucking Superman. Clark Kent.
Well, no one's seen Mara and the hag in the same room at the same time,
No,
except for the
right?
fact that there is a dead hag body on the ground right now.
And we've all been like cast illusions from the moment we walked in here.
Kick the body.
Yeah, you kick the body. It's a corpse.
What's this Mara chick got to say?
She seems somewhat out of breath, quite frazzled. She's got sort of soot, almost like soot marks, like on her face. She starts kind of babbling about. Hold on. She starts babbling about that she heard a child crying, and that the child was sort of stuck in the chimney, and she was trying to pull it out. But when she did, she pulled out what was a sort of child's head, but with like spider limbs under it, and it sort of crocked up almost like the the toy Sid has in Toy Story 1.
Mm-hmm.
And
The
sort
doll's
of
head.
with the doll's head and the spider mechanical kind of spider legs.
Yeah.
And that she'd come under attack and had been sort of destroying these things, and that when she tried to leave the room and get out onto the balcony, she'd gone out onto the balcony, but then found herself in another level of the manor. That even going outside put her back in somewhere else. It was sort of a very disorientating experience.
That good enough for you, Heimdal?
Oh man, I'm not sold, but I'll let it slide. Yeah.
Okay. I offer sympathy and support to Mara and hope that she is okay.
She kind of eyes off Harbinger and looks him kind of up and down and go, friend of yours, Barnaby?
Yes, forever indebted to us, in fact.
Yeah, I trust this guy more than I trust her, so I stepped in between both of them. Yeah, he's with me.
Mara kind of crosses her arms at that and is like, okay, well, I think we're in some kind of haunting situation. We're going to need to find the whatever the focal point is and destroy it.
Yeah, we see this, and I'd kick the hag. I think we covered that one.
Oh, because none of my teleportation magic was really working to get me out of here. So we might be back in action now, I guess.
I think so. I think she was a hag from the Fae. Fae magic's pretty disruptive. I think to a lot of our things that we've got going on. Yeah.
And she sort of pulls a wand out and kind of flicks it and disappears. And then a few moments later kind of reappears back and is like, how long have we been in here? Fuck, I knew I... How long has it been?
How long has it been?
I would say it's been about 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
She says, thought I should have noticed it. Damn it. It's already bloody morning.
Sweet, we had a long rest.
What does that mean?
And she kind of stomps off or down the stairs and she's like, I mean, take a look for yourself.
Is the place clean?
No, it's still sort of old and musty, but it's not scarily so. As sort of light seems to be streaming through some of the boarded up windows and things like that. It more just looks sad than spoopy.
I light the fire again.
Yeah.
What are we meant to be seeing here, Mara? What are you seeing?
She throws open the front door, and you can see it's as she sort of walks outside into the morning light. You can see that, despite the fact that you went in sort of late afternoon, evening, it is first thing in the morning.
Okay, how has this possibly happened? Is there a time spell on this place? Is that why you saw it as being an ideal hideout for us?
No, I think that whatever magic the hag was using was kind of messing with time, perhaps. And in fact, I assume you're kind of out the front with her now, looking, blinking in the daylight.
Mm.
There's a couple of people kind of standing in the street, in the alleyway, kind of smiling at you as you emerge, and one of them is a sort of a wood elf with sort of long braided hair. She, well, I guess they actually, they look quite androgynous. Have a basket on one arm with a sort of a cloth, covering its contents, and says, "Oh, dearies, you I can't believe someone actually stayed a full night in Trollskull Manor."
Yeah, well, it's actually at our manor now. Barnaby of the Fancy Lads. How do you do?
Oh, lovely to meet you. My name is Fela Lefalia.
Okay, Fela. I know a fake name when I hear one.
They say, Well, look, we weren't sure if you were going to stay a full night. No one stayed a full night in Trollskull Manor in quite some time. Usually they go running, screaming into the night. But you did it. Guess you ain't scared of no ghost, I suppose, or rumors of a haunting.
There was. We've dealt with it. No more problems. It's now open for business.
She says, "Well, that's wonderful. I operate a herbalist shop just around the corner here, and you're more than welcome to pop around to my apothecary at any time. Fully licensed by the Guild of Apothecaries and Physicians. And I just thought I'd give you this as a little welcome to the neighborhood." And they sort of pass the basket over to you, and there's sort of the soft clink of glass, sort of surrounded by cloth to kind of stop them from clinking around too much. And you notice that there's a couple of small potion jars in there.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you kindly. What do we have here?
She says, just a bit of a sampler, just just so you'll know where to come if you want these kind of things. This one we have a potion of climbing. This one here is a potion of greater healing. We also sell potions of healing, and this one here is a potion of water breathing.
That is an incredible welcome gift, incredible housewarming gift. What was your name again? Sorry?
Fala Lefalia.
Fala. Cool.
Out of curiosity, can you do anything with the body parts of a hag in your potions?
Oh, I mean, hypothetically, apothecarically, that would probably be quite illegal. The guild kind of frowns on that kind of thing. But
I'm just looking for a yes or no answer, lady. Go on.
What kind of hag you got?
A dead one.
Yeah. One that we wouldn't mind getting rid of,
Well, look, I'm sure that I could organize for something like that to disappear as one good neighbor to another.
Well, I mean, we could burn it, but if it's worth something to you, we're happy to help you out.
Well, of course, and I'm sure that if I took a look, I could find some use off the books, of course, for such a thing, hypothetically, apothecarically.
We won't be telling Captain Staggett. You can.
Oh, I don't care about the watch. I'm more worried about the guilds. But yes, of course. Well, I believe it'd have nothing to do with the watch. I don't think hags are usually law-abiding citizens themselves.
No. Well, look, she's just upstairs. Come grab her whenever you want, and grab a paintbrush because we're cleaning.
We're open for business.
That's it. And I reckon we spend the whole day cleaning the place, painting, doing it up, getting ourselves to nightfall where we have a long, incredible, restful, peaceful, undisturbed, energizing sleep.
Yeah, there's sort of no real furniture in the place, but there's sort of that. What kind of song plays whilst you're all dusting and sweeping, and there's that moment where you're painting, and then a paint drop falls on on Heimdal, and Mara laughs at him, and then like a bigger paint drop falls on her.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm going to get it up on Spotify. All right, here it is. Yeah. So,
excellent.
Yeah.
And
nice
during
poppy song, You can
During
hear
that
over the back of
day-
that, they're like, "Hi, I'm Barnaby, and I've just moved to Waterdeep."
During that day, some other members of sort of the local establishments swing by. There's a carpenter that kind of swings by and you sees that you're piling up the sort of cracked barrels and some of the broken furniture out the front. And you know, there's a bit of a conversation where he says, you know, like, oh, I can take some of this off your hands and turn it into sawdust, and perhaps, you know, if you need furniture, you can come see me. I've got a place called the Bent Nail, and there's a water genasi, a water genasi and a fire genasi turn up at one point, holding hands. There's sort of steam billowing out from where they touch. They're named Embrick and Arvi, and they're sort of smiths and metal forgers. And they offer their services and things like that as well. So you meet like all sorts in Trollskull Alley.
Nice.
Cool. Sounds like a really nice alley.
Yeah, it's actually quite friendly.
And I think that's kind of where we'll wrap it up with this sort of at the end of the day, you know, the sun's setting. Barnaby's ordered Waterdeep pizza to be delivered to the place because you don't have a fridge installed yet or any of your own food or anything like that. But it's been a hard day, so it's okay to have a treat sometimes. As most of the place looks a lot cleaner and is sort of had a fresh look of paint, and the sort of as Paul said, you sleep kind of on the floor downstairs in the main tap room, and it at least feels a lot more aired out and clean and less dusty and dreary now as you contemplate your next moves.
Wow.
All right.
We
I
do.
can't believe we've become business owners in one session.
I know, right? That's incredible. I can't believe that we had like 5 combat encounters without a long rest and we didn't die.
Yeah, I needed to blow a couple of. Yeah,
Oh, I had literally no spell slots left by the end of that. I had to use my cantrips. So yeah, well, we were done, but it got us through. We got there.
Yep.
That was awesome. That was good. I feel like we actually earned that long rest as well, rather than it just being a tokenistic kind of, you know,
long rest
give it-
after every fight.
So everyone has it.
Yeah. Nice, actually. Actually gives you a bit of a sense of accomplishment
Yeah.
doing it that way, doesn't it? Yeah. That was good, Dan. That was a good sesh on the fly without with James's short notice. So I suppose, you know, it's sad to see Han go. But
I mean, we might see him again. I don't know.
yeah, he's hanging out with Ebertil, I'm sure.
he's gone to another plane where he's got plenty of room to run around. Don't worry.
Was that your plan all along for us to go to the tavern, and would it just have been a bigger kind of battle and fight if Han was there, or
Who knows? Who knows which way the story could have or would have gone.
So
You do.
can I have a long rest now?
Yeah, I think you all get a long rest.
Excellent.
I feel like Paul's the kind of guy who reads those choose your own adventures but keeps one finger on the pages so he can like duck back and see what could have been.
If you don't let your finger leave the page, you know, you can always go back. You know, you never really left it.
And the bad ending was always one page in anyway, so like you could kind of just like peek and go like, oh, that's a bad ending, I'll go back.
Did you ever try to read them chronologically, like actually just reading first page, second? Like I did that once and it was just awful. It was a Mario book and it made no sense, obviously.
Yeah.
I think I might have read a Mario book that was a choose your own adventure. I read a lot of the Goosebumps choose your own adventure books.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love those books because you could read like 20 pages and that was the whole.
That was it. You're done.
Yep.
You read a book.
Yep. I read that whole book.
Look
Add
how
it,
smart
add
you
it
are.
to your MS Readathon, get a star.
Yep. Yeah.
MS readathon. Oh my god, how do those words still make sense in my brain? That's crazy.
I remember I came in with a stack of like Animorphs books and just went, yeah, I've read like 10 of these. The first 10, cashed in like 10 stars. They quizzed me on it. And then I came back a week later with another 10. Like, I'd obviously started reading them before the MS Readathon, but still, I wanted to game the system.
You did.
Because
Cheating the system.
every book you read gave you a star you'd put on the map. And then if if one of your stickers was like the closest to a spot, I assumed it was randomly generated, you'd like win the prize. The prize was probably another bloody book.
No, it was like skipping ropes and frisbees.
Oh,
and,
yeah, that's right.
like you get a backpack or a bum bag or something.
Yeah, that was the true horror. Goosebumps had nothing on that.
That's awesome. Fucking tricking children into developing fine literacy skills. See, I never read one of the books and I can't speak.
Yeah, those bastards.
So,
All right. Sorry.
I heard that the best way you should, instead of paying your kids to do chores, you should pay and read books, and you choose the book and do like, how to be an entrepreneur and how to manage money and finance and investing, all that sort of stuff, when they're obviously of an age, probably in high school or something. So instead of paying them to do chores, you pay them to read books, like $50 a book or something.
Then who takes my bins out, Steve? You haven't thought that fucking far ahead, have you?
Yeah,
he's gonna take his own bloody bins out. That's rough. And then you've made these bloody super kids who are going to charge you even more to take your bins out, and then they're going to, reinvest it or something, or try and make you sign their LLC or whatever.
Exactly. They're going to pick up on my tax fraud, Steve. Okay, I don't need that.
Maybe they'll help with it. They'll make it more legit.
Yeah, but they'll ask for a higher percentage.
Yeah, sure. The more they ask for, the more you start charging for their services staying at home.
The more books they've got to read.
Yep.
All right, lads. This has been awesome. Thank you so much.
Indeed.
Dan, good on you, Steve. I'll catch you guys in a couple of weeks.
No worries. I'm sure I'll chat to you before then. We'll see how the announcements go on camping and things like that. But
are you up for camping? I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm a bit dubious, but would you be up for it?
No. Look, I mean, probably be. No, I'll go grand final.
Fair enough.
Over camping, but
well, I think
down
Emma's
the
plan,
track.
if it goes ahead, she'll probably drive into town. I think the closest town is like Traralgon or something, and we'll probably just watch it from there. Because she said like, oh, if you can't guarantee that there's reception, I'll drive to the closest town.
That's awesome.
There is a town nearby, but we can probably find reception in terms of on our phone. In terms of activities, while we're there for the ladies and whoever, I have I have like 12 paintbrushes and 50 something water paints.
We're not going to paint the grand final, Steve.
No. So I want to like get some butcher's paper or something and have like an easel set up so you can come in and do some painting over the weekend, and we can all contribute to like some sort of awesome painting thing. And I feel like some of the ladies would just like to take 5 away from everyone.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not very creative, so I'll contribute one of those cool S's that you would always draw as a teenager. The Stussy S. But that's about as far as I'll get.
That's all right. I've also got 10 slingshots, so we can, just the rubber bands and the things, so we can make our own slingshots and try and have a competition to hit trees.
Excellent.
That's fun.
And the last thing is buzzball, which is like a circular net where 2v2, you got to like spike the ball into the net and then return it by spiking it back into the net. And you just got to keep, it's kind of like ping pong, but off a round table in the middle.
Well, that does sound very fun. That's better than painting.
I've got a little bit of something for everyone. So
excellent.
If it goes ahead, or next time we get the opportunity to go camping,
we'll make it happen. There'll be opportunities if we don't get these restrictions eased.
Absolutely.
Cool.
All right, guys. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your weeks. I'll catch you soon.
Sounds
Cool.
good.
See you, Paul.
Lads. Bye.
Good sesh, Steve. I'm going to wrap up this recording stream and probably hit the hay.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna crack on with Zelda.
Good luck, mate.
Cheers, buddy.
Get all those Kokoro nuts or whatever.
Oh no, I'm doing like the bare minimum because I feel like because it's a loaned console, I need to get through it as quick as possible. So
Oh, mate, don't feel rushed at all.
I'm enjoying the rush. I'll tell you what, I'm spending a lot of time on it.
Sounds good.
All right, see you, buddy.
Catch me. And everyone else who was tuning in, thank you very much for hanging out with us for our Waterdeep Dragon Heist. I think it was episode 5. Special shout out, of course, to the NZ Yeezy for getting that 3-month subscription. Thank you very much for being a total simp to the channel. I hate that word, but you're top bloke, buds, and I hope you're enjoying the D&D shenanigans that we get up to here. And another special shout out to Evil Doer TV coming in with the raid, and everyone else such as Nutty Tart and Woodward Games who got involved in the chat there. I hope you kind of enjoyed our special brand of Waterdeep Dragon Heist and where it's up to. We play this particular campaign fortnightly with this side of the Fancy Lads. On the alternating weeks, we have Red Hand of Doom being played in 5th edition with the other half of the Fancy Lads. They're currently split. They said don't split the party. We split the party into 2 separate campaigns. And tomorrow night we're playing Lost Mine of Fandelver with the Tats and Taras crew. That is every Thursday. So you can check out that. Please, if you hit follow and stuff, you'll get a notification, I imagine. But you can also check out the YouTube channel, which has all our VODs and a playlist for each of the different campaigns that are going on. To wrap it up for this evening, we're going to raid Sneaky Sneaklings, who is also playing Dungeons and Dragons, and they're playing the Ghosts of Saltmarsh. So if you're interested in Aussie D&D, please stick around and show them some love in the chat. We'll just keep the love train going for all the people who joined us. I appreciate you, and you're incredible, and I would love you to please stay safe while you're doing whatever it is you're doing and having an amazing time. Can't think of anything else. So I'm just going to leave you on those wonderful thoughts that you're an incredible human, and I value you. Have a good night.